What makes something too big to fail, or what's the tipping point where it's like, "Hey, this is a thing in the market, but it's not too big to fail. Now, oh, we gotta save it. We gotta bail it out."
So it's
Yeah.
really that's a political
I
question
was just gonna say,
with a political answer. So it's
yeah.
how many workers or depositors are going to get impacted by the failure. So
Ah,
when you go back to and I'll go to the classic, and Rory will appreciate this because he's a bankruptcy guy. So
Yeah.
I go back to 2008 financial crisis, and the automakers all
yeah.
basically, now Ford, God bless him, had gone out prior to the financial crisis, raised capital.
That's right.
Just
I
it
remember
was
that.
almost no
Yeah.
luck from my perspective, but
Yeah.
they raised capital so they didn't have to go through the federal government thing. But the two big automakers, so Chrysler and GM, basically had to file for bankruptcy. Well, they were too big to fail, so the government bailed them out, but they bailed them out by basically going, "You're going to file bankruptcy, but we're going to reorder. In order to do that, you got to follow our rules, which are because you're going to
Mhm.
lay off too many folks, and it's going to screw up the pension plans, and it's going to
Yeah.
screw up the unions. And so you're going to have to honor your union pension contracts, even though those should not have been honored in the bankruptcy. They should have gone to ERISA. You're going to have to keep certain levels of employment, even though normally you wouldn't. You're going to have to keep certain plants open, and you're going to have to shutter others. You're going to have to do." And so, too big to fail is really like, and so they overturned what would be the normal bankruptcy preference process
Yeah.
in order for payment, in order to, so they wiped out bondholders, they wiped out secured creditors, and they kept unsecured creditors in, and but it depended on who it was. And I think private equity is in the same boat, where you've got, like Rory said, one out of every 10 employees works for a private equity backed business.